What's up, guys? Welcome back to All Wings Everything. I am your cook, Spinelli. I am the self-proclaimed wing king and the prince and ruler of all lemon pepper wings. Now, guys, I had my friend hit me up on Facebook and said that they had a great lemon pepper wing recipe. And right then and there, I didn't even ask them what it was. I just blocked them. I blocked them from sending me any more messages. I went to my phone and I deleted their number because I don't like friends to lie to me, because he was lying to me. I have the best lemon pepper wing recipe on the planet. Click that link above me and I'm gonna show you exactly how to do it. Now, in today's video, keeping with our Cinco de Mayo series, I'm gonna show you guys how to make Mexican pizza. If you've never had Mexican pizza, you have to try this out. Now, I ain't got no pepperonis on it and all that crazy stuff. This is a Mexican pizza. So, guys, I hope you're in your kitchen. I'm already in mine, so let's go. Alright, so here are the ingredients we're going to use for today's recipe. Right here, I have some green onions. This is just for topping. I have an onion, some ground beef, 1 pound of ground beef, some cheddar cheese, refried beans, some enchilada red sauce. Have a few sliced olives. Again, that is for garnishment. Also, we have some taco seasoning, some grape tomatoes, sour cream, also for toppings. And we're going to use some flour tortillas. So these are the ingredients we're going to use, not many, but let's get started. All right, so I've already measured out our ingredients, so I'm going to show you what we have here. Right here I have about 3 tablespoons of taco seasoning. I have about 4 chopped green onions, and like I say, this is just for the topping. I have a half a cup of onion. I have some chopped or sliced grape tomatoes. This is probably a half a cup, and about 1/4 of a cup of olives. This is a cup of enchilada sauce. I just didn't have another dish to put it in. So each one is a half a cup. So it's a whole cup of enchilada sauce. Have 3 cups of cheese here. You can use 2 to 3 cups. I like my Mexican pizza cheesy. I like my pizza cheesy anyway, so I'm gonna add about 3 cups, and I'll just eyeball it as I go. And I have a 16-ounce can of refried beans. I have a pound of ground beef. We don't have it cooked just yet, so we have a pound of ground beef. Well, that's like 1.25 pounds, and we have about 4 tortillas right here. Now, this recipe you can make 4 pieces. So you could add another 4 tortillas, but what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna make 2 for this recipe, and I'll make 2 later. But I just want to, because I only have a pan that's gonna hold about 2 pizzas, so I don't want to, it doesn't make sense to make 4. You'll see me make 2. So, but this recipe calls for 4 pieces, so you'll need 8 tortillas for 4 pieces. Okay, so I got 4 here. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. All right, so the first thing we're gonna do is prepare our ground beef. So we're going to add our ground beef, and what we want to do is we want to just cook this until it's brown, just similar to when you're making regular tacos. So we want to cook it till it's brown. And guys, I like to add a little pepper to mine. Even though the tacos, we're going to have some taco seasoning to it, I still like a little pepper on mine. So we're going to cook this on medium high for about 3 to 5 minutes until it browns. I love the smell of ground beef as it's cooking. I don't know why. I'm just weird that way. All right, we're getting there. All right, so our meat is fully cooked. I don't see any more pink in it. So that's what you're looking for, to make sure you don't see any more pink in it. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and turn this off. And what we're going to do is we're going to drain the grease out of it. All right, so now that we've drained our grease from our ground beef, so what we're going to do is we're going to add 1/4 of a cup of water, and we're going to add our taco seasoning. And we're gonna cook this until the water has absorbed. So that's about, it's probably gonna take about 2 to 3 minutes for that to happen. And we can't forget to add our onions. And we're gonna let this cook for another 1 to 2 minutes on medium low. Looks like our onions have softened up, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and turn this off. And I'm gonna transfer this into a empty dish. I'll be right back. All right, guys, so in this step, what we're gonna do is we're going to prepare our tortillas first. So what I want to do, I got my pan on medium-high heat. I'm gonna spray a little cooking spray in here. And what I'm going to do, once it heats up, I'm going to cook both sides of my tortilla for about 30 seconds to a minute, and then turn it over and do the other side. And we're going to do that just to kind of give them a little crisp, because again, we are making pizza, so we want that tortilla to have some type of crisp at the bottom of it. Okay, so we're going to put our tortilla in there and let it cook for about a minute. All right, so we can kind of check it and see. It's been about 30 seconds, so we're going to kind of check it. All right, and give it maybe about 10 to 15 more seconds on this side. Then I'm gonna flip it over. All right, so let's flip this over. We're gonna do the other side. See that? See how what we have it? See that nice little crisp on the bottom of it? All right, and do the same thing for this side. All right, so this one is ready, so we're gonna pull this one off. Look at that. Look at that side. And we're gonna pull this off. We're gonna sit it right here on this plate, and we're gonna do the rest of it. All right, so now we're gonna start preparing our pizza. So what you wanna do is you wanna start with your refried beans. You just wanna take a heaping of them, and what you wanna do is you're just gonna spread it over your tortilla like this. You know, you wanna kinda get it as even as spread as you possibly can. And again, if you don't like refried beans, you really don't have to use this. This is optional, but a authentic Mexican pizza is gonna have refried beans. Now, if you can use just a little bit of it, if you don't like the taste of refried beans. I'm not gonna lie, I initially didn't like refried beans, but I just didn't like the way they looked. But now I love them, so I'm gonna put a nice helping on it. So next you wanna add your taco meat or your ground beef. Again, here you want to evenly spread it, and again, you can use as much as or as little as you like. I like my tacos and pizza to be very meaty, as I mentioned before. Now we're going to add our second tortilla over the top, and we want to add our enchilada sauce, and we're going to spread that over the top. You know, you don't have to use that much enchilada sauce. And then we're gonna top that with some good old cheddar cheese. Just like this. Use as much or as little cheese as you like. The more cheese, the better, at least for me. All right, so what I'm gonna do, that one there is complete. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna turn this around, and we're gonna start with our second pizza. All right, so I've already preheated the oven for this for 400 degrees, and we're gonna let this cook for 5 to 7 minutes until the cheese is completely melted. So depending on how hot your oven cooks, you want to keep an eye on it, so that's why I say 5 to 7 minutes. So let's go ahead, put it in the oven. After it comes out, that's when we add our toppings. We don't add our toppings before we put it in the oven. All right, and 7 minutes later, this is what we have, our Mexican pizza. And what we're going to do is we're going to top it with some Grape tomatoes, sliced grape tomatoes. And of course you can use as many and as little of these things as you want. Add a few olives. And of course we got to add some type of greenery to it. So we're going to add a few green onions. Just like this. Just like that, guys. And that right there is your Mexican pizza. And there you have it, guys. Your Mexican pizza. Maybe I'm going to call this a cheesy Mexican pizza. Take a look at that. Again, as I mentioned in the beginning of the video, if you haven't had Mexican pizza, this is great. I remember when I first tried, I didn't know what to expect because the way they make it, but I'm telling you, I really enjoy Mexican pizza. You guys ought to try it. And I hope you have enjoyed this Cinco de Mayo series. Also, I do have the ingredients and the measurements also in the video description below. Also, the links to the ingredients will also be in the video's description below if you need to purchase these items from Amazon. Also, if you like the video, go ahead, hit the like button. That helps with the YouTube algorithm. And if you like what you see, consider subscribing to the channel. I would really appreciate it. And again, if you don't have your All Wings Everything uniform, you can go to Teesprings, All Wings Everything, pick up your All Wings Everything merch, t-shirts, coffee mugs, phone cases, whatever you need. And until the end, I'm your cook, Spinelli. All Wings Everything, and I am out. Peace.